everyone. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'm going to do a collective reading. We're going to see what the message is at this time. It's a general reading. It could be past, present, or future. Okay, you're going to know best how this resonates for you and where it fits on the timeline for you. So with that being said, let's just get into it and see what's going on. What do you guys need to know right now? What's happening? What's going on? The Hermit in the reverse, the Lovers in reverse, and the Nine of Wands. And then we have the Page of Wands at the bottom. Okay, so there's someone here that doesn't want to go within about something. Okay, somebody doesn't want to find the answers within, or they can't. It has to do with a breakup or the Lovers in reverse. Yeah, and somebody here doesn't want to give up. They don't want to stop. They don't want to give something up. Let's see what this is here. Why is the Hermit in reverse here? The Eight of Wands, the Three of Cups, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. So this looks like player energy, okay? Flighty, player, cheating energy here with the Three of Cups. It kind of looks like a third party situation. With the Lovers in reverse, I mean, it kind of looks like somebody that doesn't want to take accountability. They don't want to reflect on something. What's the Lovers in reverse? The Four of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Seven of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's like you see through the lie, or somebody can't lie to you anymore, okay? Something has been exposed to you. You listened to your intuition and something was exposed to you, and this could have caused a breakup here. Yeah, so, I mean, it's like something doesn't sit right with you. Your intuition tells you something is wrong, okay? Your intuition or some sort of an inner voice tells you to reject something. Something doesn't feel right. And what ends up happening is that you expose a secret. You find something out, okay? But you have to start by listening to that inner voice. Like, you have to recognize that that feeling is trying to tell you something, all right? You have to listen to that feeling. And that's when the answers will come to you, okay? When you take it seriously that something's not sitting right in your spirit, all right? What's the Nine of Wands? The Queen of Cups in reverse and the Three of Wands in reverse. And this has to do, I feel like this is about you being very defensive towards someone. The Ten of Wands. Feeling a burden, feeling burdened by something. Okay. What's the Hermit reverse? Tell me more about that. The Six of Pentacles and the Page of Cups in reverse. So it's about rejecting someone's offer, or somebody being petty, childish, childlike, about some sort of equal give and take. What's that about? The Chaser, chasing after someone, codependence, a fear of abandonment. Rejecting an offer because of some sort of cheating, some sort of a third-party situation. A Mirror. Yeah, there's some sort of introspection that you had to do, or that you did, where a relationship was reflecting a wound back to you. Maybe this was something that you didn't see at first, all right? Maybe this was something that you didn't see. the Three of Pentacles. About, this has to do with a group of people working together and a bad investment. What do you mean, a group of people working together here? To lie, to steal something, to lie, to be conniving, manipulative, to try and get away with something. There's a group of people here. So is this group of people, or are they trying to mirror something? Are they trying to mirror something because they're not innocent? Okay, so now it's kind of making me feel like there's a group of people here that are not innocent and they don't want to get looked into. So they're trying to mirror something here about a codependent relationship and somebody having a fear of abandonment, some sort of a third-party situation. All right. And this has to do with a Queen of Cups taking some sort of action. Or a Queen of Cups and some sort of passionate action. What is the Ace of Wands? A photograph. A Queen of Cups taking some sort of action, and this has to do with photographs or screenshots or some sort of evidence, documents. What is the Hermit in reverse? That's somebody being exposed. Somebody was exposed for something and they don't want this to be looked into. They don't want there to be some sort of accountability that they have to take. They don't want to have to reflect on something that they've done. So they're trying to mirror it. I feel like they're trying to mirror it onto someone else. Okay, they're trying to scapegoat someone. The Four of Wands. This has to do with a home, a property, a union, a community, and some sort of an investment. Somebody is now being exposed for a payment, an investment, financial news. What is that about? Somebody being focused on themselves, self-indulgence. Somebody being alone, being by themselves, self-indulgent. Oh, well, I didn't want to do another crime hour just after I did that one crime hour, but it's kind of like, I can't control it. It feels, again, like something deceptive going on here, something criminal. A group of people lying, trying to get away with something. All right, who's this group of people here? Getting exposed for something. The Tower, and it's a catastrophe. It's a Tower moment. It's devastation that they're getting exposed for something. All right, the Eight of Swords, and they're trapped and they're imprisoned in it. The Knight of Cups in reverse because of rejection, all right? Or because of jealousy, or because of spite, or they're not innocent. What's that about? A house. Yeah, so something that happened at a house is being exposed, okay? At a home, at your home. This is a catastrophe for them. It's a devastating catastrophe because they're imprisoned, they're trapped. Something was rejected. They didn't want something to be investigated. They didn't want to be looked into. And this has to do with somebody giving something to someone at a home and a rejection. And what does that have to do with a third party, all right? And some sort of cheating or whatever that is. Oh, sudden change, shocking news, and epiphany. All right, so somebody here is having an epiphany right now. About what? I'm not sure. About a date. Now, I don't know if this is an actual date, like meeting someone new, a set date for something, or if it's like date and time, like the date of something. Sudden change, shocking news because of the date or a date, or somebody meeting someone new. Or somebody was shocked because of somebody going on a date. Or there was shocking news because somebody was going to meet someone new. And this has to do with some sort of action that was taken with a Queen of Cups or by a Queen of Cups, and a document or a photograph or a screenshot. All right, what's the Lover's reverse? Not enough. This has to do with somebody being frustrated in a relationship, feeling insecure and frustrated, somebody lacking confidence, feeling insecure over a breakup, and something being exposed to you because you're the High Priestess, or because you listen to your intuition. About cards. Something about, why do I feel like that's just tarot cards? I don't know. Cards, a hand of cards. A third party situation. So you could have figured out about a third party situation through tarot. All right. The Eight of Wands. The Lovers. Oh. A relationship. Again, something about a relationship and a breakup and someone feeling insecure because of a relationship or a third party situation. You could have gotten this information from tarot. Okay. Something about a marriage. Something about a marriage and the way that someone feels about a marriage or about a breakup or about a third party came from tarot. It could have come from a tarot video or you doing your own tarot. Why is that important, Nine of Wands? Because of something on a phone. Because of love messages on a phone, somebody texting on a phone. About somebody cheating in a marriage. About somebody cheating in a marriage. And something about texting on the phone. So is that what this is about? The information is from tarot, or the Eight of Swords? Somebody is trapped, imprisoned, because they took some sort of action here and this wasn't communicated. You didn't communicate this, or this was never spoken. This was never said. This was never sent. Somebody's trapped because they took some sort of action on something that was never spoken or said or communicated. It's like, it kind of gives me like someone taking action on something, but there's no hard evidence because it's not, the information is not from a phone, it's from tarot. If that makes sense, that's what I'm getting. So it's like somebody trying to find some sort of text messages or something that somebody said, but there is none because it was never said. It's just from tarot. That's what I'm getting. What's Page of Wands reverse? marriage, something about a marriage was never communicated, or something about a married person or being married, it was never said, it was never texted, it was never written. That now the truth is coming to light. About what? About somebody being codependent, possessive, and controlling over an engagement ring. Or somebody being obsessive, possessive, and controlling over a marriage. Or about being married, or about a ring, or somebody that's married, or somebody being obsessive and controlling in a marriage or because of a marriage. Now the truth is coming to light about that it was never written or said or communicated. And that's the truth. Wow. So there's no text messages about this because the information is not from text messages, it's from tarot. I don't know what to tell someone or what that means, but okay. This has to do with a union, yin-yang zen balance, a union. So why is that coming out this way? Because they're blocked, because somebody is blocked, or this has to do with somebody being heartbroken about not being someone's choice, not being chosen. Somebody being heartbroken about making the wrong choice. Or about a Six of Pentacles and giving something to someone. Messages. Five of Pentacles, feeling insecure. The Ten of Swords, feeling insecure or left out in the cold, feeling abandoned and betrayed. This information didn't come from tangible evidence, tangible text messages. This is just from tarot or from intuition. It's just from an intuitive feeling. It's just from tarot or an intuitive feeling. There's no actual evidence to back this up. There's no actual text messages. There's no actual communication. There's no actual nothing. It's just an intuitive feeling is what I'm getting. And this has to do with the King of Wands in the reverse. Switching something around. This has to do with someone being heartbroken about being juggled, or someone being heartbroken about someone having a second person on the side or being juggled. And a competition and somebody competing with someone, or somebody being competitive with someone and fighting with someone, wanting to fight with someone. I feel like that is just an intuitive feeling, or that is just some sort of a download, or about somebody chasing after someone, okay? Something about somebody chasing after someone, having a fear of abandonment. You don't have any proof of this, I feel. You just have an intuitive feeling that that's what was going on. I just don't understand why that's so important. Because of time, because of how much time something was, or how long something went on, or something about somebody chasing after someone for a long time, or being codependent for a long time, or somebody having a fear of abandonment for a long time. There's no text messages about this. It's just an intuitive feeling. Or it's not even just an intuitive feeling. It's like somebody, what I feel like this is like somebody doing things that make you think that's what's going on. Like somebody's actions speaking louder than their words. So you're looking at someone's actions and going, okay, their actions make them look like they're hung up on someone, or they don't want to let someone go, or they're chasing after someone, or they're upset about a breakup. I mean, let's say this is an ex, okay? There's no actual, what I'm getting here is there's no text messages between you or someone else and this ex where the ex is saying, I don't want to let you go and please come back to me. But the way that they act makes it look that way. So there's no like, so there's something here about your intuition being like, that person is acting weird, but there's no actual proof because they don't outright say it. It's like someone that doesn't want to say it directly that they're hung up on you. They just try to do these weird things that make it come off that way, but you don't have real proof because they don't want to make it so obvious. But they're signs, but they're not direct, if that makes sense. So why is that so important here? Because of someone moving on and the past, because of the past and somebody moving on in the past. Okay, so you moved on in the past and you had this feeling that there was an ex that was acting kind of strange and kind of weird about it. Okay. Justice. A King of Cups, Cancer, and Libra. And this has to do with someone being stressed out and worried about a choice that somebody is making or somebody's choices. I feel like someone here is not like, I don't know who's who, but there's like certain information that you have or you got through either tarot or through just an intuitive feeling. And I don't know if there's somebody like, they're conspiring together here. There's a bunch of people conspiring together to lie, and they're trying to get away with stuff. They don't want to be investigated for something, or they don't want to be looked into here. They don't want to get exposed. And I don't know, like, it kind of looks like, look, it's okay to get information from your intuition, and it's okay to get information from tarot, but you have to have like real, let me say like real life evidence as well to like kind of back it up before you, or I mean, that's what you should do, all right? You shouldn't listen to a tarot video and take it one for one and then base your actions off of that video, all right? Or off of that tarot. You should use it as confirmation and see what kind of comes out, and if something unfolds for you, and just kind of take it with a grain of salt and let your intuition see if like things open up to you, okay? You know, let your intuition guide you to the truth. It will come to you in real life as well, and then you can take action based off of the things that, you know, are like tangible in front of you, if that makes sense. So it's almost like, it's good to, you know, use your intuition and tarot to kind of like open up your mind to other things, or it helps you kind of understand things better maybe, or maybe even start to put two and two together a bit, right? But you should always kind of wait for the confirmation to come in real life, because if what you're picking up on is really happening, you will get confirmation in real life as well, right? And it kind of feels like you do that, but there's, why do I feel like there's also a third person involved here, like a group of people scheming who are acting on things that have not materialized yet, right? So it's kind of like, it's kind of like, so you have an intuitive feeling, or you find something out through tarot, or maybe you record yourself doing tarot and you're trying to figure stuff out, right? And this information might not be 100% correct, okay? You might need some actual, like, real life proof that will then be like, oh, now I understand how this and this fits together and makes sense. But you have to, like, you have to let that come to you, okay? So but I feel like you do that, okay? It's like, okay, so I'm taking this information in and I'm gonna let it unfold and see what comes out and how this fits together and all that, right? But there's like someone else that is getting somehow the same information that you have, or and they're acting on it in some sort of way. But you know that that information is just like an intuitive feeling you have. It's not like substantiated, okay? It's not corroborated, it's not confirmed, it's just like in the ethos, right? You know, you kind of have to wait for it to come down and materialize, but you know, you can pick up information as you go along. But I feel like there's someone else that's like actually acting on the information that is coming out. So it's kind of like you guys, like you and someone else watching the same video, and you're like, oh, okay, so I'm going to take this information and I'm going to see if I get confirmations in real life as well, or if things in the real life fit together, and I get that kind of like, I hope you get what I'm saying. You know, you'll get confirmations in real life that confirm something that either tarot shared with you or your intuition shared with you, all right? Or the other way around, something happens to you, okay? Something happens to you, and you get the confirmation through tarot that that was actually what you thought it was, or it's not what you think it is, all right? It can work that way as well, but you should always wait for it to also, like, not just be in the ethos, but also be material in front of you, okay? And someone else is taking the same information, actually acting on it as if it were that way, which can kind of mess with you. I don't know. That's what I'm getting here, though. The Six of Swords. Something about trying to get away with something or leave something behind here, all right? What else? The Sun in reverse. They don't want something to come to light. The Seven of Swords and the Seven... Yeah, they're trying to get away with something. Someone is trying to lie. They're trying to get away with something. They're trying to be deceptive, manipulative, and they can't defend themselves. Defend themselves with what? A strategy, a plan. So it's almost like they got ahead of themselves, right? Like they based their lies and their deception off of information that hadn't been like materialized into the 3D. And now their plan doesn't make sense because it's like, how should I say this? It's like, okay, so let's take the example of cheating, all right? A third-party situation. You can get hints through the tarot, okay, that somebody is like cheating on you, all right? Your spirit guides are trying to wake you up to something. Now, what you shouldn't do is take that tarot video and go, oh my God, they're cheating on me 100%, and go and break up with them, right? If you have that intuitive feeling and it is confirmed to you through tarot, then you ask for the proof, like the evidence, and it will come to you, all right? Your guides will tell you where to look and where to find the information and where to find the evidence, where you can then confirm your intuition or what maybe came out in the cards with real life, all right? And then once you have that actual proof and evidence in front of you, you can act on that, right? See the difference between that? And I feel like that's what you do. That's what you should do. That's how you should use tarot and your intuition, is to let it guide you that way. But this person gets that information that someone is cheating and they act on it immediately, but they do it in a way where they then try to lie about it and get away with it, and now they can't defend themselves because maybe that situation wasn't even true for them. It's like taking something through tarot, thinking that it's true, and then acting on it. That's something that, you know, you kind of have to learn and figure out as you go along, that you can take it and you can look at it, you can process the information, you can kind of see if there's confirmations before you act on it, right? I hope you get what I'm saying. That's kind of like the situation that I'm getting here, is that someone here, instead of waiting for the confirmation and waiting for actual evidence of something actually happening, they end up acting on things solely based off of like, oh, well, this tarot video told me that that was true. And then what if it's not true? But that's what somebody got themselves into here, right? So, you know, this is just information, confirmations, but you should always wait until it materializes in real life, or something happens to you in real life, and then you can get the confirmation through tarot and kind of figure out more about, okay, so this situation happened. Why did it happen? Is there anything else I need to know about this situation? And then you can kind of get answers in that way, right? But it's kind of like, so it's kind of like this person, whoever they are, they watch a tarot video or they get some sort of information from something, all right, that tells them someone just drove into your car, okay? So they don't even go outside and check if somebody actually drove into their car, if it's damaged. They just drive straight to whoever they think did it and take action on it. And then afterwards find out, oh, they didn't even drive into my car. And that can, you know, especially if you're just getting into tarot, that can, like the spiritual world, it's not even tarot, it's the spiritual world, okay? Like when you're just kind of tiddly-tattling into it, like you have to be very careful with the information that you get, because sometimes it does feel really real, right? It feels like, oh my God, that's really what's happening. Oh my God. And it kind of tests you in a way. It does. It kind of tests you in a way, right? Yeah, you have to be extremely discerning, you know, you have to be extremely discerning not to believe everything right away, and also kind of wait and see and not let your emotions overtake you, right? Because sometimes we will see what we want to see, right? Sometimes we will read what we want to read, or we will hear what we want to hear, right? You know, we have to be very discerning about what comes out, what the actual message is, because as like, you know, me as just the interpreter of the cards, I also have to be, you know, you have to be aware that like there's definitely something that's trying to communicate, all right? And they want to communicate. They want to give the message to you guys. They want to talk and tell the message that it is. So we as humans that can't directly, you know, communicate this way, you have to make sure that the message is coming out without reading into it what you fear, or reading into it what you hope, right? You know, and that takes practice. That takes a lot of practice. That takes a lot of practice, okay? It really does. But let's see. Let's move on. Anything else? Something about not being able to leave something behind, not being able to walk away. Healing from heartbreak, wanting to overcome heartbreak, reaching out to someone with good news, wanting to heal from heartbreak. The Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles investing into something long-term with a King of Wands. So a King of Wands and a Queen of Pentacles investing into something long-term, working on something long-term. What's that about? An engagement ring. Something with an engagement ring or a marriage. They've been working on this for a long time. This is the truth. This is the truth about an engagement ring. This is the truth about a commitment and somebody wanting to get committed. This is from tarot or from intuition. And somebody here wearing a mask or hiding something or not showing their true feelings about something or someone, or pretending to be someone or pretending something. Yeah, somebody being insecure, frustrated in a relationship, lacking confidence. This is the truth about somebody wearing a mask, not showing their true feelings, pretending that someone is insecure, pretending that somebody is jealous. The truth about somebody wearing a mask, pretending to be jealous, pretending that they can't walk away because of an engagement. This is the truth about somebody chasing after someone for a marriage, or somebody that's married that won't let go or won't get a divorce, or somebody that won't stop chasing someone because of a marriage. This is the truth about how this was mirrored. And how was it mirrored? This is the truth. How was that mirrored? Not listening to someone's intuition. 7 of Cups in reverse. The High Priestess in reverse. Who's the High Priestess in reverse? The Queen of Wands in reverse. Somebody being jealous, somebody being insecure, somebody chasing after someone, not being able to let go. This whole situation came from somebody not listening to their intuition. Or somebody this strength and the Knight of Pentacles. What is that about? I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Fun flirting. Want a date. Trying to flirt with someone. There's no one night stand. There's no multiple options. Somebody didn't have multiple options. Somebody didn't have multiple choices. Text, calls, and emails about somebody being triggered, somebody being in turmoil. So some sort of text, calls, and emails, or text messages where somebody was triggered about a situation that didn't have anything to do with intuition. It had to do with pain and turmoil and a trigger. There was never a second option. There was never a second choice. And this is shocking news. This is an epiphany. This is shocking news, okay? About having a new phase and rekindling a relationship. Okay, so for someone here, what I'm getting here, for someone here, this might even be you, all right? The High Priestess in reverse. There could even be a situation a long time ago where you didn't listen to your intuition, or something that you felt or maybe accused someone of, it didn't come from your intuition. It came from a trigger, or it came from a place of fear, or it came from pain, or maybe even tarot. Okay, like, again, this can happen when you're just starting out. Like when you just start watching tarot, or you just start doing tarot yourself, like when you're not very practiced in it, all right? So when you're just starting and you get some sort of information and you don't really know yet how to discern the information or to use your intuition about what you're reading and what this is and what it means and who it's for, like, you can interpret a lot into it, right? And sometimes you will interpret your worst fear into it, okay? Like when you don't know how to stay neutral or try to, like, you know, keep the energy cleansed, you can interpret your worst fears into it. Like it's a craft. Like tarot is not a joke, it's a craft. You have to really practice and you have to learn it and you have to use your discernment. So there could have been a situation when you were just starting out, or you were just started listening to tarot, or whatever it is, okay? Where you didn't listen to your intuition, you listened to some sort of information, or you got some sort of information that was like your worst fear, and you took it for truth, okay? So it wasn't based in reality at all, what I'm saying here. It's like, maybe that's a lesson that you had to learn as well, right? Maybe, I mean, most people do. Most people that get into tarot or into spirituality, that is a lesson that you have to learn along the way, is that not everything is true, okay? You have to, like, you have to see the confirmation in real life first before you can just take the information. Like, if it's really true for you, the information can be found in the material world. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting here for someone. Okay. Yeah, what else? 10 of Pentacles reversed, 6 of Pentacles reversed, 6 of Swords reversed. Something about not getting an inheritance, not getting a large amount of money. Now somebody can't get away. The 5 of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Swords. Something about coming out of poverty, overcoming hard times, coming out of debt, coming out of financial hardship. Bad memories of the past. They move forward. Somebody moved forward with bad memories of the past, but it was just manipulation. I mean, this is like... I mean, I don't even think, like, this is like, I don't even think that whoever this person is that moved forward with this information, I don't even think that they know that your information was coming from tarot. Because that's honestly what I'm getting. It's like you just start out with tarot, you just figured it out, you're just starting to learn, you're at the very beginning. Maybe you have your own cards. And you're interpreting your worst fear into something, or like information you maybe got off YouTube or something like that. And you start accusing someone of something that they didn't do or something that didn't happen because you're not practiced enough to discern the information that's coming to you, okay? And then someone else gets this information and then does something with it, but they like jump the GUN with it because none of that stuff actually happened. You just got your information from tarot. I don't know. That's what I'm getting here, okay? Like these people, whoever they are, they think that they're getting actual insider information, and lo and behold, it's literally just you learning tarot. Like that's honestly what I'm getting. All right, especially if this is like somebody that's like watching your phone, stalking your phone, hacking your text messages. They're getting all this, they think they're getting information. It's not even real information. It's just you practicing tarot. I don't know. The devil. Okay, this has to do with somebody being defeated, feeling embarrassed and humiliated because of jealousy, control, and obsession. Jealousy, control, and obsession. A breakup. And a breakup. Somebody that's obsessive, controlling, and jealous over a breakup, or because of a breakup. They took this leap of faith and now it's a catastrophe. Yeah, it's something about a breakup. So it's like you breaking up with it's like you breaking up with someone. Like, I'm sorry, I gotta be honest. It's like you breaking up with someone because it's like, I know that you were with that person. Tarot told me. Well, you're not saying that it was tarot, obviously, but you're like, I know that you did this to me, and I know you did that to me, and I know you had this and that with this person, and I know, and you don't know any of these things. You just think it because tarot told you, right? And like I said, this is like a beginner mistake, all right? This is a beginner mistake, whatever happened here. Like, I feel like you're not this way anymore, okay? You're not this way anymore. I feel like this happened at the very beginning, beginner mistake kind of a thing. But someone here, third party energy, they picked up on this apparently, and they or like, oh my God, collective broke up with that person because of this, this, and that, and all these things happened, and that's so crazy, and none of it happened. It was literally just terrible. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And I feel like they fucked themselves because they didn't realize that none of that information was actually real. It was just you freaking out because you think things are true that are not true all of a sudden. High priestess, yeah. And it might, look, it's being a high priestess, it takes practice and it takes time. And it's like any craft, all right? But especially working with the sixth sense and spirits, like it takes a lot of practice. And when you're a beginner and you're just getting all this crazy information and you don't know who's who and you don't know what this means, and you know, you're just thinking your worst fear into it, like sometimes we go off the deep end, all right? You know, it happens. It's like practice makes perfect or whatever, right? You know, it's like you have to, it's just like any craft. It's just like any business, okay? A beginner is not perfect. A beginner is, you know, you're going to make mistakes along the way, okay? The important thing is that you learn from them. And a big thing about learning to be in this energy of high priestess or tarot is that you have to take your feelings out of it, all right? And don't believe anything is true until you actually get the confirmation in real life, all right? And you have to be careful that you're not interpreting things in the way that you want to interpret them, or you're giving yourself the answer that you want to see or that you want to hear. It's like you have to try and stay as neutral as possible, right? Yeah. The past. This is about the past. Okay, so what else? The Nine of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's about like it can't come from fear. It can't come out of worrying. It can't come out of fear. You cannot do tarot for yourself, especially if you're laying cards for yourself. You don't do it while you're in fear. Don't do it while you're stressed out, anxious, or when you're worried, because you're going to only read the worst things, all right? Like in this case, if you're going through something where you're nervous, you're scared, you're in fear, okay, you're anxious, the best thing is to not do tarot and actually just listen to your intuition. Drown this out. Listen to your intuition, because that will tell you more than the cards. The cards can sometimes confuse you even more, okay? Speaking from experience here. The Queen of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles. I don't know what that's about. Who's this? This has to do with somebody trying to defend themselves, or somebody defending themselves, being defensive but not seeing the truth, not seeing something clearly. not seeing something clearly, the Two of Swords. Being defensive, not seeing something clearly. And this has to do with somebody getting a lot of money, getting an inheritance, getting a payout, getting a lot of money for something. Rejecting something, rejecting someone. This has to do with some sort of manipulation around rejection, or you rejecting someone and then this being manipulated in a way. The Seven of Wands, you being defensive towards someone. And this has to do with some sort of communication about a business, about a job. Communicating something about a business, about a job. This has to do with text calls and emails where you're very defensive and rejecting someone. Taking a leap of faith to overcome pain and betrayal. Something about a divorce. Or this has to do with the date and the time. The date of something. The Empress in the reverse. This has to do with a King of Cups trying to get away with something. A King of Cups is trying to get away with something. And they're using some sort of text calls and emails, apparently, where, like I said, you're having a kind of a, you're kind of freaking out because of this information. And somebody chasing after someone, having a fear of abandonment, okay? Not wanting to be charmed and used. Not wanting to be charmed and used. Watching, looking, and stalking. Somebody's watching, looking, and stalking. Somebody chase after you. Or it's a stalker, it's a hacker, it's a stalker. It has to do with not wanting to be manipulated or used by a stalker or a hacker. Or somebody stalking you. Somebody didn't want something to change. No epiphany, no sudden change, no shocking news. This was not shocking news. About a marriage. About a marriage. It has to do with a marriage. And somebody ignoring someone and avoiding someone, okay? Or you ignoring someone. You not wanting to talk to someone anymore. You blocking someone, avoiding someone, not wanting to talk anymore because of a marriage. You breaking up with someone, I feel. Yeah, ending something. A coffin, ending something here. Stability, security, permanence, and growth. Money. Is that the same exact time as your stability ended, or something about your stability ending with a coffin, or some sort of money for a death? Money for a death. It has to do with love. Surrounding love. And somebody being codependent, obsessive, possessive, and controlling. Yeah, and that's not you. That's not you being codependent, obsessive, possessive, and controlling. I feel like that's somebody else that you had some sort of an intuitive feeling about, all right? So it's kind of like you have an intuitive feeling about someone, and then tarot makes it like 10,000 times worse, right? It's like you can kind of pick up and feel that somebody is a bit codependent, and they're a bit possessive, and they're a bit like weird, all right? And then tarot's like, they're trying to murder you. They're gonna come kill you in your sleep, you know? It's like that. And all of a sudden you're like, you know, or it's like, you know, it's like, you can kind of feel, like, let's go back to the third party thing. You can kind of feel that somebody's ex hasn't let go, all right? They're kind of obsessive still, and they just are a bit codependent, and they won't back off. And so you do tarot, and then it's like tarot's telling you, like, they're still hooking up, they're still together, they're secretly having a relationship with each other, and you just don't know, and you're like, oh my God. It's something like that, where it wasn't true, but it's like a beginner's mistake. All right, where you project your worst fears into it. That's what I'm getting. All right, so, and then whoever this King of Cups is here on the side, trying to get away with something, it's like, I don't know, they're like reading your text messages or your emails or something like that, right? And they see you going, I know you're cheating on me with them. And they just take this as being for real, and like it happened when it didn't, and they just messed themselves up really bad with that one, I guess. That's what I'm getting though, guys. I don't know. This one was a bit different, so I'm gonna leave it there. Where's my okay, I don't know where my zodiac sign cards are right now, so I'm just gonna leave it there. Hope this helps, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time.